Hey, this is Simon from the Brackets here at South OC Cars and Coffee. An absolutely textbook Southern California day here today in San Clemente, and a great turnout to boot. Despite the fact that the Grand Prix on up in Long Beach, we still got an amazing turnout of cars, probably around about 450, 500 cars, and also an exceptional turnout of motorcycles. So let's swing the camera around and start off with those this morning. Okay, so we have a Kawasaki, some really nice Ducatis, this one over here, and then a 959 in white. It just looks so great. It's like a satin white. Then going a little bit more old school, check out this chopper. Some serious airbrushing on this thing. Like somebody's put a lot of work into this. You know, it's an industry that sort of died, but then again, it seems to be starting up again. The guys from West Coast Chopper seem to be coming back on the TV and doing some more. Look at the belt drive on it. Just absolutely attention to detail. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the knurling that's gone on and the actual fins on the head is just crazy. And all this airbrush detail. The mirrors, somebody's crafted those beautifully. There's just one gauge in the front. You know, one of those things, for me, choppers are like hot rods. It doesn't have to be to your taste, but you really got to appreciate the level of craftsmanship on this thing. Somebody's poured, you know, hundreds if not thousands of hours into building this motorcycle, and the results are very, very evident of a great job. So there we go. Moving right along, we got a Honda here, next to an Aprilia, and then next to a BMW, arguably one of the nicest sort of touring bikes. Really nice looking Triumph. I love the way they've cut this down. Check it out. So you know, the normal Triumph, it would be, we might have one down the line, but see how they put this sort of old style saddle on it, and then this mudguard, make it look more like a well, not really like a cafe racer, but it's still got a really cool style to it. Next to a big BMW, a couple of interesting ones. They looked designed to look like the old original motorcycles from days gone by. Really, that one looks great. Awesome, really cool. Moving right along, and again, some Harleys. Ariel. Of course, Ariel these days restarted a number of years ago back in the UK, famous not for motorcycles anymore, famous for the Ariel Atom, that little open wheeler tubular frame car that was breaking all records. One of the first cars to actually beat a Veyron 0 to 60, I think. So another Harley Davidson, Yamaha over here, another Harley, and then up here one more as well. Okay, so let's jump across to the car side. We've got a great turnout this morning from the guys, Porsche Club and various Porsche owners. So let's start off with the Porsches, and we'll make our way back and finish up with the exotics at the end. So here we go through here. Some Carrera GTS, Pete's beautiful 930 in that lovely grey colour, red Turbo S. Down through here, such iconic lines. Look at this beautiful 356, great lines, beautiful grey interior, and it's really lovely. So 1600 Super. Look at this. Look at the attention to detail in the engine. This thing, so nicely done. Love the grey on it too. Of course, you can still get this this colour in the new Porsche. Looks really, really good, or similar colour. Moving right along, another beautiful 356 GT3 RS, and then down through here. Great turnout of vehicles. Really good to see. Really appreciate the support of all the Porsche owners. Little GT4, isn't this pretty too? Look at this little one. Love this powder blue next to a silver Speedster, and then coming down through here, and then this one here. Now this is really nice too. You look at it, just really clean. Got the vents out of it at the moment, and sunroof, which is not particularly common in the ragtop in it. Yeah, great to see.
It's a Super 90.
Super 90, says Scott and thanks Scott and Kathleen. Thank you for your input. Hang on, we've got to get the camera up. These are two of our regulars, come here every week, very supportive, so we really enjoy seeing you every week.
Thank you very much, Simon. We love coming here.
Awesome, that's great to see, and I love all your input too. Thanks guys, appreciate it. little TR6, C7, AMG, Toyota, MR2, little Volkswagen, another one. The original hot hatch. Some Mustangs, Volkswagens, Volksy pickup, and then Porsche 911S, box of a couple of 914, and then a beautiful little Targa here. Moving right along down to this lovely Star Chief we see as a regular. This is pretty, isn't it? Beautiful old Ford. Look at that, the simplicity of that engine. Look at that. Pretty easy to work on that, that's for sure. Great car. Thank you for bringing it out. Cobra replica, lovely E-Type Jag in British Racing Green. Studebaker, we made a Studebaker our car of the week last week, of course. Really cool looking thing. Look at the back on this thing. Very cool. Very cool indeed. And then Porsche, Mercedes M6, Camaro, Corvette, Paul's El Camino. I'm going to drive a few Mustangs down through here. And Kenny Bell supercharger on there. Beautiful looking Corvette, GT350 Mustang, another GT350, and then onto a Hellcat, another Mustang, and then a car that we're going to have as our car of the week in a little while. I don't want to give away too much with that. Okay, just swinging right along. We've got my Camaro, James's 1LE, Tony's 458 Italia, another 458 Italia. Those beautiful Ferrari, beautiful 720S, and then Lambo, and then Jay's Ford GT, another Lambo, and then we got Michael's 720S here. Okay, let's jump through to the next row and see what we've got here. So, some really cool stuff. Beautiful old, great looking old Ford truck. This thing looks great. I love the painted out grille, and the grille matches the wheels. It's good. Another old Ford truck, 65 Riviera. Ford pickup is cool. Corvette, old Rolls Royce. Better catch a glimpse of this thing, Levi. That was all made by the owner apparently. Got a mid-engine in the back of it. And this 49 Rolls Royce Silver Dawn. Craftsmanship in this thing. The wooden dashboard and the old leather seats. Of course, all of this would have been hand stitched back in the day. The cars of royalty, clearly. Next to another British car, although dare I say it's probably an Indian car these days, the new Jaguar. Little BMW, Corvette, Cobra replica, Gen 5 Camaro, another GT350, and then this little Subi, and then another Mustang. Over the other side we've got a Dodge, little Subaru BRZ, Morgan, I think it is, and onto a Cadillac, and then a Chevelle, great little Chevy, great little car, Falcon, Corvette, Saturn, yeah, for sale, little turbo, Mustang 302 in the sky. This is the one running a Paxton supercharger. And then Corvette, another Corvette, and another one. I see something that looks familiar to me as a owner of a Whipple. This is supercharger on this is a Callaway, obviously.
7.3 or whatever.
That's a Callaway supercharger on that. It's like a based on a Magnacharger. There's a that LS9 and that ZR1 Corvette. Beautiful Corvette in that gold colour. Nissan, Subaru, and a Skyline on the BRZ, little Datsun 240Z, I think that is, and a Mercedes. And then let's come across this side. We got this Cutlass Supreme Corvette GT4, very pretty little Austin Healey on the first of the Miatas, Mustang Another Mustang.
S2000.
A BMW. Another pretty little Austin Healey. That yellow looks great. It's for sale. Little beach buggy. S2000. S2000. Another S2000 over there. And if we come over this side, another beach buggy over there. Mustang. Great looking Chevy truck. Another Chevy truck. Really cool. 65 Riv Porsche. Mach 1 Mustang. And then great looking Corvette with 427 next to this one as well. 427. This thing's beautiful. Check it out. All original looking. Just love that hood on that with the cowl on it. Looks so good. So good. Beautiful looking car. Really, really pretty. Okay, jumping over the other side. GTS AMG. Got a big caddy driving in here now. You watch, it'll take it 5 minutes to drive past. It's so long. Another little AMG. Really nice looking GTO. Very pretty car. 66, I think that I remember saying that was with the owner. Subi Mustang, another Mustang. Little 124 Fiat, of course, reviving the 124 brand they had back in the 70s. That, of course, based on a Miata, but it's got the same Abarth engine as they run in the little Fiat 500. Another new little Miata, Mercedes, another Mercedes. Great looking engine in those things. Really cool looking Ferrari here. And across the other side, one of the new Lexus, Plymouth Chevy SS, aka Holden Commodore, Veloster. Great looking Z28 69 Camaro, running of course that 302 engine that they had to do to get into the class of racing. This one's great. It's got the RS front end. You can see the headlights are obviously hidden. And the other thing I really love about this is the interior. Look at the houndstooth in this thing. Such an iconic look of late 60s muscle cars, early 70s. That houndstooth interior, just love it. Rally wheels on it, just perfect looking car, for me at least. Another Mustang, another Corvette, Galaxy 500, 65 this one. Got a real stance, and look at those headlights over and above each other, just had a real particular look about it. Great looking car. Mustang, having a bit of work on it. Andy's truck,
Not
which is
worried
kind of cool.
So then,
And another truck next to it. Couple of turbos on this thing. Some serious plumbing under there. Another Rolls Royce. And so we move down here. Corvette. And then Super Duty truck. And another Mercedes Challenger. Beautiful looking Land Cruiser here. Look at that. Look at that. And then an RS.
And you were shopping for one of these.
not for one of these. Just
It's
for something
interesting.
fun.
It's cool.
I have no idea what this is. Rambler. Yes, now I do. An old Rambler. Check it out. That's what I love about this show, seeing cars that I've never seen before. So it's a Rambler?
Rambler American, 1959.
1959. Look at that.
Flathead 6.
Wow, Flathead 6. That's very cool. In 59, it was you weren't seeing a lot of flatheads being used anymore. So
No, this is the last of their run too. I think 61 maybe.
isn't that cool? Look at that old flathead in there. Wow, that's great. Thanks for bringing it along. It's great to see something I haven't seen before. So thank you. And then, of course, the iconic in the same kind of era, 50s, 57 here, the Chevy. Another 57 Chev, beautiful. Another Chevy. Mustang. Lincoln Continental, of course, with those suicide doors in the back. Volksy, Porsche. Little MG, that's the later one of the MGBs, of course, because it's got that plastic front bumper on it. Scout, International Scout, Bronco, Mustang, more motorcycles and all Honda there. Beautiful E-Type again in that British racing green, great to see. BMW M5, great engine in those cars, it's just bulletproof. Mustang, there's the modern equivalent of the Gullwing. So of course Mercedes revived that Gullwing look that was so famous for them back in the 50s. Acura NSX. This is actually a Ford Jeep. A lot of people mistake this for a Willys, but of course Ford made it under license as well for the US Army. So parts are almost interchangeable, I believe, a lot of them between the Ford and the Willys product. Another nice Mustang, Porsche, another nice Porsche, and another one, unusual colour, And I'm going to just jump across here. I've almost skipped a row, I think, so let's go up this way. Really nice, another nice Porsche. Two of them side by side. Mini here, someone stole his front flare. Bet he went around a corner and hit a bump and his wheel probably flipped it off. Another Mini here. C7 Corvette. And then great to see so many people here today. El Camino Corvette, row of red cars. E-Type, running engine transport, 458. It's got stripes that would make you think it's a Speciale, but it's actually not a Speciale. It doesn't have the aero that a Speciale does, or the carbon fibre seats, of course. Supra, another Corvette, C7, another Corvette, and Jeep, and then other Jeeps as well. Look at the Jeep guys all set up along here. And an old classic one there, doesn't that look great? Lexus, and then a Nissan, and then the check this out.
You won't guess.
I won't guess. Tell me about it.
66 Rambler.
66 Rambler.
AMC. Definitely not the original motor.
No, that's a small block Chev in there.
It's a stroke 350. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. So 383. Is it a 350 with stroked?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cam
in it. Very cool.
4-link suspension, airbag.
Very cool.
Ready to drive every day.
No one would ever suspect it. Good for you. That's what I love to see. Thanks for bringing it out. Love that. I love it when you see guys that are hot rodding things. A Rambler running a small block Chev, airbagged and everything else. That's very cool. Okay, then we got a Mustang, and another Mustang, and another Mustang, and then a Scion, and then good morning, Cadillac, and then a great looking C10 we saw Paul in earlier. Said to him somebody's stolen his spare tyre. I love the way they used to notch just the way to put the spare tyre in there.
I used to have.
Great looking truck. Love a C10. Great looking thing. I've got a Mustang up there, and then just swinging around, we've got a nice Corvette in green with a C7. This truck pulled in tough as anything. Sounds absolutely incredible. Running a serious big block and some great, I've looked at this before, some absolutely amazing fabrication in here. Somebody's done a lot of TIG welding in there, or MIG TIG welding I suspect. Great looking truck. AMG G-Wagon. Sort of the equivalent of the Defender, but not quite as good. BMW, Lexus, a little Datsun, another E-Type. Lots of E-Types today. This beautiful little fair lady running that engine transplant. Golf, Toyota 86, another Toyota 86, little Volkswagen. Got to turn the camera up. Look at this one, Jeffrey's killer Jeep. We've featured before, built for SEMA a number of years ago. And then really nice little Alfa Romeo. I think it's great in that yellow. It's really, really good. Little Mazda, BMW, row of Beamers here. Then on to the Focus, got an ST, RS. Love this colour. Great, quick little car. Another ST. Beautiful Land Cruiser. As I keep saying every time I see one of these, I've got a real soft spot for them. This is what I learned to drive in. That's a great looking truck, that thing. Really good. And gauging by the indicators, I believe it's a late 60s. They then went to a sort of a oblong shaped blinker on the side, and then from there went to the rectangular one. And if it is what I think, it's probably actually a 3-speed on the 4.2, not a 4-speed. It's actually an auto. Somebody's transplanted an auto in there. Made a liar of me, but it's probably not what it came with. In fact, I'm sure it's not what it came with. Corvette, Porsche. Interesting. My mother always used to say, if you can't say anything nice, Nissan, Bronco, Lexus. I shouldn't say that. Each their own. Somebody's put a lot of time and effort into that, and that's all that matters, you know. Mustang, BMW, another Mustang, BMW, another Jeep, and then I don't know why we've got a Hyundai and a Tundra in here. Shouldn't be in here for sale. Audi, another Audi R8, great looking one. And then this is kind of cool, stuck in amongst everything. Great looking Chevy truck. Just, I mean, the lines of this thing, obviously 50s, but just look at this. Just really, really nice. So it's an Apache. Look at that. Running a small block on really low valve covers on it. I'm not sure whether, I'm guessing at this era it's probably a 283, but it could be a 307. But really cool to see. And then we skipped a row over here, so let's jump over to the other side, over to another great looking truck. It's old Chevy here, late 40s, very cool. Audi R8. Porsche, Subaru, Porsche, BMW. I think that another BMW, both in that blue. I believe that's the name will come to me in a minute. Laguna Seca blue, I think. Another BMW. Great looking van here. Really nice looking Bronco in green. Bruce is very cool. Late 30s Chevy truck. And a small block transplant. Mustang. This is slammed. Woody, which looks great. Cool looking Ford in bright green. That beautiful Alfa Romeo set up for racing we've seen before. Cadillac, M5. This very cool looking patinaed truck. Guy pulled it in this thing. He said, "Can I bring this in here?" And I said, "Absolutely." I mean, check it out. That's the exact thing we want to see here. Things that people are working on. I mean, we want to see everything here, but this to me really appeals to me.
It has the wood in the back with the slots.
Isn't that great? Let's have a look in there.
Cutouts are, I have
Very cool. GMC. Very cool. Hey guys, welcome.
Thanks.
And then we've got a Tacoma, little Mazda Speed, running that 2.3 litre turbocharged engine. Quick little car. Had troubles with the turbos, but then a little Nissan, and then a Carrera. And then I think we've been over that side. Let's jump over to the last side. A few more cars over here. Got a couple of Camaros over there, about to leave. And then Mini, slammed Golf, Acura. And just moving up here, we've got a couple of Jeeps, Mercedes, a couple of Challengers, 4 Challengers, another Audi, Mustang, and a couple of Chargers. And moving on down the line. As I said, a little bit quieter today because the Long Beach Grand Prix on today, but you know what? Still a great turnout, great number of spectators as well. Perfect weather. Great to see so many motorcycles out. That was Camaro, obviously Gen 5. A couple of Subarus sitting next to each other. Mercedes, an interesting rear spoiler on this thing. Somebody's fitted onto that. It's got AMG on it. I don't know if that's factory or not. And then as we just go down through here, Dub on this C300. Little wheels, not. Massive wheels on that thing. Another little Focus. 4Runner, I think it is. And then a Bronco, and then another Challenger. So that's it for another week at South OC Cars and Coffee. Thanks very much for everybody for bringing out your great cars, and all the spectators for joining us. Big thank you to Ruby's for bringing out the coffee and the donuts as always. And of course, a big thank you to the outlets of San Clemente for supporting us as well. Also, thank you to our sponsors. Make sure to check out the rest of our website, www.southoccarsandcoffee.com. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next week for another South OC Cars and Coffee.